Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 366 of the Very First Podcast. My name's Eric Tolato. Join me today, Christian Tolato.
Welcome to the JoJo episode.
We're here.
Episode 20, not episode 15. Don't know why Eric put 15 on the thumbnail.
Now, Christian's in distress. He's been dead. He's been alive.
I've been reborn, stronger than ever, faster, more power. You know what I'm saying? My stand has evolved.
No, I see some items on the couch there, Christian. What are we looking at?
It's a cloth with some stitching in it. All right. That's all that is.
There we go.
All
right. JoJo chapter 20. Interesting. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Is this the actual first scumbag shit Jodeo's done?
I suppose.
The actual real scumbag shit. Because before everyone's like, oh, he's a psychopath, but we don't really understand it, Eric.
We'll talk about it. Anyway, what's been going on in the land of One Piece? One Piece is back, Christian, after a hiatus.
We're back. Oda's not dead.
We'd
love to see it. We got the shot. We got the shots of him visiting the set, Eric.
He's looking healthy. He's looking healthy.
Looking healthy. He's looking good.
The body's looking healthy, Christian. Well, we don't know about the internals, but
we don't know what's going on. He's got gout. He's got diabetes.
That was when he was fat, like 5 years ago.
I mean, you don't really drop the diabetes.
You do. You can drop type 2 diabetes.
I mean, it's pretty difficult. But
apparently not.
The Goda, he looks alright. All right.
Got that Shanks fit going.
I mean, it's obviously he caught the flu from traveling. All right. Let's just cut the shit. All right, it's obvious. He went on an airplane to South Africa and came back. He got sick with a flu. Right. Everyone knows it. Let's not act like it didn't happen, or there's some. Oh, it's just not related. All right, let's relax. All right.
The break has been pretty quiet, surprisingly. No real shitstorms have started.
No.
Which is been nice.
Now, Eric, I saw Gladiator 2 on the weekend.
Go on.
Now, Eric.
What?
You can't beat hype. Alright?
Is there hype?
You can't beat the classic sword fights. You can't beat someone screaming at you, are you not entertained?
They had to do it, of course.
You can't beat it, alright? Now,
I heard it's just a remake.
Does the movie make sense? If you start picking it apart, not really. But, the set design, the costumes, Eric, the classic incompetent, fruity villain. How can you not be entertained?
How is Denzel?
He is chewing the scenery. He's doing all these moves. He's smiling at the camera and shit.
Is he Denzel or is he
no, he's a fruity
appropriate character.
He's an era-appropriate character. Okay. All right, he's not Denzel. He's not Denzel from Training Day or some shit. Right. All right. He's a goat actor.
So you liked it? How was Pedro?
I liked it.
How was Pedro?
Pedro, fine. All right. Everyone's doing a fine job. There's no. All right. The main contention is the two emperors, Eric.
Right.
About how clannish they are. But Eric, it is. I would say it's appropriate for the Roman Empire era of debauchery.
This is the decline now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is some Nero type shit.
Yeah, it's 100% going for that crazy debauchery, incompetence, insanity.
Right.
And Eric, is it as good as Joaquin Phoenix and Prime Russell Crowe? No. Alright?
Hard to beat.
You can't beat the performances of Prime, Joaquin, and Crowe. Alright? Eric, when's the last time you saw Gladiator 1? It was on TV like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
All-time classic. Alright? But, of course, you know why? Because Joaquin Phoenix is the essential villain. He is the ultimate villain. Joaquin Phoenix, you can't beat a better actor who plays a villain. He just looks evil. And, you believe he's evil. You believe his motivations. And Russell Crowe is just raw.
Now, Christian,
This movie tries to bring back, and it works on many levels. Subs levels, it doesn't work. But overall, I'll give it 7 out of 10 movie. Entertainment. It is on the level of a Top Gun Maverick type experience. Alright? Not all-time classic, but very much worth the price.
Now, Christian.
Yeah.
I want to address Chocolate Gate.
Americans.
Folded by the comment section.
Eric, they're eating Hershey's.
Christian, they folded
It
up.
tastes like, Eric, if you eat hot Hershey's, it literally tastes like sewage. Alright? So they have to put it in the fridge.
Christian, they folded you up and they put you in the fridge. That's what happened. No one agrees.
I will not acknowledge the bias, Eric. The bias of the chocolate in the fridge. I will not acknowledge it. I will not do it.
Baboonery, Christian.
Alright. What's been going on with you? Have you seen any movies? Have you done anything?
No.
No. He just stays in his house, animating.
Drawing, working.
Fighting with people on Twitter.
Making memes. All the good stuff, Christian. Now, next Monday we will be back for a chapter. But, let's get into this JoJo shit. Chapter 20, Christian, has... Listen. We talked about the evolution of Araki.
Sure.
Has he already run out of ideas for Jodio?
No.
Because this is the same thing he did, but on the roof instead of on the carpet. Don't try and convince me it's a different move.
The other carpet. The carpet thing was
he soaked the floor.
Yeah.
And that was his tactical play. Now he soaks the roof and that's his tactical play.
That's right.
It's the same thing.
Eric, the villain was not powerful enough to evolve the stand. It's a gun stand. He wasn't really hitting him. Without the gremlin inside, was it really a threat? No.
Sure, but like, come on, man. Like, come on, Araki.
I thought it was a fire conclusion. Like, what do you want? Hyper water beam?
Just something different. It's the same move.
It's not. Alright? One, because we actually get to see the penetration power of the stand at max power. You got to assume this is the kill shot move, Eric. Because before, you're like, is it really that powerful of a stand? Because it just squishes shit. And it's heavy, and like it looks like it's doing no damage. Now this is full bit damage, full power, attack. One raindrop killed this man.
Yeah.
And now we understand the power of this stand.
Like, come on.
We will evolve. We will evolve, Eric. We're still in really the third part of this little adventure.
I feel like this fight peaked last chapter. This conclusion,
running through
the conclusion ain't really was. But it is what it is. Describe the conclusion, Christian.
Chaos in the hospital, Eric. Bobby on a rampage is blasting in the hospital. He starts to shoot up all the stores, Eric. Jodio getting attacked from within. The gremlin's punching his lungs. Bobby working out Jodio's stand, 3-meter range, does this, does that, working out the stats, Eric. The raindrops are very powerful, but if they hit... The raindrops are very powerful if they hit and they're going to full force, Eric. Bobby starts to unload all the slow bullets into the stalls, destroying the toilets, trying to hit his mark. Jodio uses the rain to deflect. The bullets aren't touching shit. Bobby breaks the toilet under Jodio. He falls over, Eric. Bobby kicks out the door. He's got that gun ready to go, Eric. Bobby wants Jodio to take everything out of his pockets because he believes he has the rock on him.
Right.
Jodeo uses his stand to drench the ceiling and extend the range of his stand to drop a heavy bullet right through Bobby's head, killing him with one shot. Dead. Eric, you gotta understand something.
What?
The precision and brutality of this stand. Alright?
Yeah, I like it. But
You want to see something different.
and the verticality is going to be an issue.
Yeah. And we kind of saw it in the cat fight where you're like spinning around and shit.
Right.
Yeah. So, I imagine this stand will evolve with spin at some point. Now, that point is going to take
7 years.
a very long time. Alright? A decade, maybe. But it'll get there. Alright? Eric, Lulu distraught, mind shattered, will broken. The stands run over to console her as she cries on Bobby's body, Eric. The enemies have been defeated.
Alright, you're not going to kill a little girl.
What do you think about this mental breakdown? Is it justified? Are you fine with it? We established a relationship earlier.
Yeah, it's fine. It's like a little bit convenient. She walks in and shit. But
I mean, you know, she is attacking Jodeo as well. She wants to see what's going on.
it's fine because of the age, I suppose.
Yeah. And the established relationship.
Right.
So she loses her will, and the stands stop attacking. Everyone is free from the attacks. Yusugi in the MRI with Trigona, he's thinking something happened. He's looking very happy, looking very suspect, as Yusugi does. Jodeo tells Lulu that she's coming with them no matter what happens. He doesn't give a fuck. She's coming. Alright? The cops surround the hospital. You asked for this last chapter, Eric. Now they're here. Alright? Araki did not forget that we're shooting up a hospital.
Now,
right?
Can we get our friends from earlier to here?
Eric, your friends from earlier are definitely going to be here. There are 1,000 cops at this hospital.
The freak.
I mean, they had
the
to take
sicko,
a plane trip to get over here, but fuck it, we'll make it work.
Right.
Alright? The two freaks, Eric.
Right.
Not just one freak, they're both freaks. Alright? The cops are swarming the hospital. Parker wakes up. He's getting treatment from the elevator fall. He has very, very strong muscles, Eric.
He's like, the doctor's like, oh, the muscularity. It's like, alright.
Yeah. Parker gets dressed and the gang finds him. Jodeo finds the bank paperwork in the locker where Parker is getting dressed. It's the bank manager. He's in the bed next to them. The congressman walks out to the hall. He is determined to make Howler pay for poisoning his daughter. This is in reference to the stand attack from the documents. Araki explains collateral and mortgages for 3 pages.
Yes.
You know, financial details.
Yes.
Would we want to see this from Nosturo? Yes. How his loans work. What's his physical policy? How does he lend money? Does he have to borrow money?
This kind of works because the whole thing's about money, so...
Yep. Araki has to make it make sense, alright? You can't just be like, they stole the money from the bank. I can't really do that. So Araki has to make it make sense. Alright? So, but basically Jodeo wants to collect the Howler debt instead of the bank. They're gonna bankrupt both of them, stealing $38 million.
That's a lot of money.
Alright? Jodeo shows he's cold ambition, Eric. They're gonna kidnap this vegetable state man in the hospital and go get their money. Everyone is confused. They're not sure what's going on. So, is the bank manager even alive? What's going on?
What's the plan exactly? They're gonna use his credentials to get the money?
Use his credentials to collect the money from Howler.
Right.
So this puts Jodeo directly in front of Howler. Directly in front.
I like it.
And they've got the congressman backing them, Eric. I assume at some point the congressman's going to get involved in them getting the money. Or them fucking them over. Alright? So that is the chapter. Jotaro has shown his sickoness, Eric. Before, it was drug dealing, and we're like, yeah, he does it for no real reason. Just so his mom gets, like, preferential treatment. So, like, it needs the cash. You know what I mean?
Yeah, now we see his lust for money come
Alright.
to the front.
All he wants
Christian,
is
at least
cash.
it's something from a
Yeah.
little bit of something from Jotaro.
Jotaro reveals his sicko tendencies this chapter. And we're finally getting to really understand why he's a psychopath.
Mm-hmm.
Your thoughts on the chapter?
It's a fine chapter, Christian. We're moving the plot forward. I wasn't really impressed with Araki using the same move, but it looked cool.
He knows how to
7 out
do
of 10.
cinematography. The cinematography.
The cinematography is good, but it's the same move, Christian. So we're gonna have to deduct some.
You want to see a different move?
I want to see a variety from. What's his stand's name? November Rain.
Yeah.
Because it's been 20 chapters and we haven't got anything different.
Do you want to see some combo action, like smooth operators and November Rain?
I want to see something from Jotaro. Raiding on yourself as a shield and soaking stuff isn't it?
All right.
Can we get some combos going? Does he know any hands? Can we do something with some ricochet stuff?
I think you forget this man is 14 years old.
Is he 16 or 14? I think he's 16.
Is Jorno 14? Who's 14?
Jorno's 15.
I think Josuke's 14 or some shit.
Yeah, but anyway, next fight, I need to see something other than
Jotaro is
myself.
50. Eric, Jotaro is 50.
Right,
all right.
there we go. That's fine.
He's fit.
That doesn't
He
matter.
loves Jewel Leaper. All right. He loves his Switch. All right.
Set up some electrical wires and electrocute your enemy with the water.
Okay. All right.
Something.
We want to see
Something. Because Araki, this is the same move, as I said many times. 7 out of 10, Christian chapter.
7 out of 10 chapter. Now they are going to Merlin. They are going back to May. What? Are we still suspect on May?
Yes.
Why do they trust her so much?
She's got the intel. She's the boss.
Yeah.
We don't really know much about this organization anyway.
Yeah.
So, do you feel like Halo will be the big boss?
I do. All right, because I think we're about to have a direct confrontation because of what Jotaro's plan is.
Do you think Halo's gonna send the Goon Squad out for 40 stand fights and then we reach Halo? Is that what's gonna happen?
I think we're gonna meet Halo soon, and we're gonna get away with it, and then Halo's gonna start chasing them with.
But Halo's
everything he has.
Not wrong. Halo's got the footage of them
taking the
taking the documents. Sure. So he knows who they are. I don't think using the bank's credentials.
He does, and he got the intel, Eric.
I don't think
he got the intel of Paco. He got him.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think using the bank's credentials is gonna work.
Eric, now the Rock, Eric, as they say, the Rock, the lava rock
is aiding them.
Is absolute.
Right.
So it's gonna finagle this shit in their favor.
How do you feel about the idea of flow?
What, like the rock flow?
The rock flow. The lava flow.
Eric,
how do you feel about this idea?
It's obviously connected to the power of the earth. The lava, the blood of the earth, the energy of the earth. And we'll get to that in Araki's little notes he left in the new book he wrote about Part 9.
Okay.
So we've got some interesting things for Araki to talk about. Alright.
Did you rate the chapter?
I will rate the chapter a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Why? Because I wanted more fight. We only got
yeah, it wasn't a lot.
A third of the chapter was the fight. You know what I mean? I also wanted,
and there wasn't a lot going on. It was just him. It was just a classic stall
action.
The
stall, and then it ended in the stall. Like, imagine he drops the ceiling on him, and then he keeps on falling through the layers of the building, and then he ends up in the basement or some shit. You know what I mean? Let's extend them. Araki said, I'll be ending the fight here, This is where the fight ends. It ends this way. He's keeping this. He's keeping the scale very limited, very small. At this point, we're at gun and one shot
It's
level.
also still kind of unclear if Jodio can like manipulate other water sources. Like,
Yeah.
Can he make a water pipe heavy if his water isn't in there? Kind of deal. Stuff like that.
I think it's just his water. I think it's just his rain. But we will see, Eric. We'll see what Araki does with his stand eventually. Now, Eric, next week, next chapter, hopefully, I want to see what Howler's response is. Let's get the cabal. Let's get some crazy character reveals. Let's get some assassination squads.
Yeah, let's get Howler sipping his wine on his chair.
Let's get Howler walking in. The police draw their guns, and
let's get Howler looking at a picture of Dio in his wallet.
Let's get some crazy, Eric.
That'll be
something fucking crazy. All right,
anyway,
let's just get that. All right.
How strong is Shanks? How strong is Shanks?
Every week, come to you with the question of how strong is Shanks. And every week we answer, Shanks is the strongest Shanks to God King, Eric. But it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that people are still putting Kaido top 1.
Still.
Derek, why is this? Why is this? Is it because of title?
Yes.
Is it because of Zoro agenda? If Kaido's top 1, the Scar is extra sauce.
Zoro math is questionable at best, Christian, so.
Alright. Why are people still putting Kaido top 1? Are we very interested to see the rankings of the top 30s this year?
Right.
The Braga top 30. Let's see what happens, Eric. There are people out there that put the 5 billion buried desk man as top 1. Eric, this man loves his desk. He bangs his desk. He melts a cigar.
Right. He burns the cigar, gets ash all over it.
He's always at
this
desk.
After he's done yelling, he like wipes it off with his hand, like fucking get this ash off my desk.
Maybe, Eric. But Eric, he's looking to the horizon and he's saying, "We're gonna return fire." And then the egghead incident happened, and they did not return fire. They got clowned out by the giants and monkeys. Alright? So, Sakazuki, you gotta return a little more extra firepower, alright? A buster call is not impressive, alright? There are people out there who think the man who has finally decided to take action, Dragon. The man who looks east, Eric. Now, the Dragon Cobras are a strange breed. They will not acknowledge that Zaba will surpass him. They will not acknowledge that Luffy
he has no role in the plot either.
They will not acknowledge that Luffy will bring the dawn and thus Dragon is irrelevant.
Redundant.
They will not acknowledge this fact. All they keep on saying is
top 1.
Top 1 go. There are people out there that think Aimu's the strongest, Eric. The man on the floor. Eric, if this was Shanks,
you'd never hear the end of it.
You'd never hear the end of it. If this was Dragon, Eric, it'd be over. Imagine if Dragon felt the energy of Aokinu and he's in the corner sweating. Alright? It's not it, Eric.
Nope.
And Eric, the worst of it all, the people who think Mihawk's the strongest.
Low IQ.
And it's literally because of one fact, and that's the Black Blades. And that's all they got.
And the title.
That's all they're clinging to at this point. The taming of the Black Blade.
Right.
That's all they are clinging to. Even though Zoro tamed the Black Blade in Thriller Bark. I find that very interesting. But Eric... Anyway.
He didn't make one though. Which is their point. Unconfirmed that Mihawk made Euro, by the way, but we'll leave that alone. for now.
We'll leave that. We're not gonna touch that one yet.
Right.
Derek. Shakes the Sugar, Shakes the Gold King. And every week bring 100% factual information to the table. This week's evidence is Shakes is so strong that half the fandom's cope lies alone with him. They believe he's gonna die. They believe that he will fight Zoro at some point for some reason. No one knows why. They believe, Eric. They think that the Shanks fans overblow his importance, but actually, it is them who rely on Shanks. They rely on his downfall to approve half their agendas.
Right.
So Shanks has the stronghold on literally the entire fandom at this point.
Right.
Shanks the Shogun, Shanks the God King. Moving on, talk of the show.
What do we got?
Araki's new manga techniques had to create a villain. It has been released in Japan, Eric. And there is some extra little tidbits about Part 9
Okay.
in there. We're going to read them too. This comes from the JoJo Encyclopedia, Eric. Araki, he was going to originally set Jojolands in Indonesia, which makes all the sense because of Papua New Guinea and the Rokakaka. That makes a lot of sense.
And he also said he was going to be on that island in the pre-release.
I guess the Hawaiian Islands count.
Yeah, it was. We thought
Hawaiian Islands kind of count, but you know.
Right.
He was going to go Indonesia, Segura Bay or Mexico, but then he settled on Hawaii because the volcanic setting embraces JoJo's recurring themes of rocks as symbols of life energy, connecting all the way back to the stone mask of Part 1.
Okay.
The red stones of Part 2, and the stand arrow in all other parts. Also, rock humans, also Jesus, also Devil's Palm, and the natural energy of the planet giving stands.
/ alien asteroid.
That's in the old universe, right? We've got universe law, alright, which is the planet's gift, the natural energy. Araki confirms that Jodio's name comes from Jojo and Dio.
Oh, shit.
Which he did because Jodio becoming more of a scumbag compared to his previous antagonists. Part 9 will be based on Jodio's growth as a person.
Okay, so he's not going to be a scumbag at some point?
He'll do something cool, alright. Araki confirms that Part 9's Roham comes from Part 8's Moria, so he is indeed not an eternal dimension hopping being.
Self-insert character, right.
Alright, he is from Part 8. Even though he didn't appear in Part 8, he is from Part 8. Right?
Is there, what is it, Pink Man?
Yeah, dark pink man.
Is there a manga volume somewhere in the house?
Maybe, Eric, maybe. You have to inspect.
Mm.
Having a similar role to Koichi's role in Part 5 as a guide character, he teases that Part 9's upcoming battle will be between scumbags, but they'll end up showing some form of noble spirit.
Okay.
Right. So this basically confirms Roha's never going to be in it again.
Right.
Because Koichi turned up in Part 5 and then was not in it ever again.
Yes.
Alright. And the last question, or the last thing Araki has to say that's kind of relevant is Araki's thoughts on the evil of AI art, Eric.
Right.
Araki, of course. The world of con artists, Eric. A pun on the word artists.
Right.
If you get the pun. He worries about the implications and impact of AI-generated fakes will have on the manga industry. He recently saw an AI image and was shocked at its similarity to his own art style. Old man getting scared, Eric. Now, he's complaining about counterfeits. He's not really complaining about the technology itself.
Right.
He's more concerned about counterfeits.
That's also a concern.
and impersonations,
Right.
which is it's concerned, but relies on ID laws and governments doing something about it. But
Again, I've been listening to
identity
Christian.
theft and shit. But yeah.
This all goes away as soon as Internet 3.0 blockchain happens, and all the rights are locked down, and no one can do anything.
Yeah, IP, Eric. See, the internet is the
Christian,
wild west.
Disney will push this
At some point.
like no other.
Yes. Once people start making fucking Disney character movies,
Yeah, making
they're
goofy
gonna go fucking
movies.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're gonna go fucking crazy, Eric. Right? Don't get twisted. Right? They're gonna go fucking crazy.
What's this?
Disney is the #1 culprit for intellectual property laws.
Miyamoto's gonna be like,
they're gonna get them. All right. There's gonna be a crackdown. Now people say it doesn't matter. It's open source.
now
It does matter because you can't sell it, and that's all that really matters.
Now, interesting little tidbit, Christian.
Yeah.
Someone was playing a video game with AI, an AI generated NPC, and he kind of works like ChatGPT. So, like, say you fight a guy, and then you can talk to your guy about that fight, in real time, which is like cool implications.
It's a cool input. Yeah.
So there's uses, and tools, Christian, but we don't want to replace. I don't think it'll be a tool.
Eric, we understand there are men like Araki who are indeed manga.
Christian, I feel like this is the whole, Bitcoin, like the spamming of shit coins, and then it was fucking
Here's the thing with
non-fungible tokens.
the blockchain technology only has value within financial circles, right? It has no other real as a financial tool. Okay, fair enough. As technology and other shit.
Well,
it doesn't really work.
It's only uses of like a verification tool.
Sure. In financial shit, it makes sense. Right? It's valid in financial markets. You want to start putting blockchain shit in other products, it starts to make less sense. It just becomes a headache for the consumer. What is the upside? What is the sell? What is the value? Not much for the consumer. That's why I didn't
the IP owners and businessmen.
Yeah, but what's the value for the consumer? Fucking nothing.
I guess you could be like, oh, fucking security.
No one gives a fuck about that. Right. Yeah, which no one cares about. It's also not up to the whatever, but it doesn't matter. AI has actual uses for people in day-to-day life. You want a very specific meme? You want a very specific, let's just say, image you want to generate and send to your friends as a funny meme? You can do that already. Using the Facebook AI. You want a hyper-specific, type it in, bang, you got it. You don't need to do Photoshop. You got it right there. Alright? For shit like that, it's fun, it's harmless, no one really gives a fuck. Alright? Right?
Yes.
But Eric, of course, takes away. Eric, it becomes an argument about money and who's getting paid. Alright? It's not really a artistic philosophy.
Yeah, no one cares about that but artists, really.
And even the artists don't really have a grasp on what the fuck they're talking about.
Right.
Because it's not really a philosophy. Because at what point, art's value is not about the purity of the creation.
Right.
It's about the expression.
Right.
Because is physical art less valuable than digital art? No. But it's easier to make. It's easier to do shit. Does that make it less valuable? So this is where the argument all falls apart.
Right.
Take your animation. You're not drawing it by hand anymore. Therefore, less animators. Therefore, less skill, more easier to get into the industry. whatever.
Yeah, well,
You know,
there's
you can
tools
go
that
back. You can erase.
there's
It's
tools that
quicker.
assist,
There's
right?
tools. Assist.
It's more efficient, Christian. It's higher production.
More efficient, higher production, less people. Maybe you could argue less pay. I don't know the history of animators' pay in the
I
West.
don't know.
All right, whatever. As shit gets more efficient, people, the less jobs are available, and that's every industry. The factory workers complained and no one cared. The artists are gonna complain and no one's gonna fucking care because at the end of the day, they want their product. They want it quicker. They want it cheaper. All right. Now, if it's about money, we can talk about it, but don't make it about some philosophy about art because it makes no fucking sense, and we all know that, and it's stupid. All right.
Okay. There you go.
And that's my rant about AI and art. Actually, and don't like claim that you made, like, don't be that guy that like I will claim that I am equal to Michelangelo and the greats because I know how to use an AI tool. It's about the right place, the right time. Eric. If you developed it,
Christian,
if you made it, if you traded off your own shit,
I've got.
then there's no Eric. What is the issue, right? What is the artistic issue, the sole argument, whatever you want to fucking call it? What is the issue if you made an AI, or you have a cookie cutter AI, and you trade it with your own images, your own photos, your own references, your own drawings, your own art style? What is the moral argument? There is no moral argument.
I don't think
So
no one's got
tool.
an issue with that.
Exactly.
The issue
So-
is theft.
And then we get back to the whole point. It's about money. It's not about artistic merit. All right.
Well, you have right to property, and your art is your property.
I know, Eric, but people want to make it about it. People want to make it a noble, some sort of noble artistic merit.
It's a property theft argument. It's not like a.
It's not an artistic
argument.
merit argument.
Right. Because like people ape Warhol's shit all the time. People ape a lot.
Also,
of shit.
like we could talk about the great artists of their time. What were they doing? Trying to make shit as realistic as possible because cameras didn't exist. Right? There's great skill. There's great, obviously great talent involved. We all know this shit. But what are they doing at the end of the day? Using their eyes to copy what's in front of them in a skillful way, right?
In a aesthetic value way.
In an aesthetic value way.
Because famously the statue of David, Christian, his hands and feet are much larger than they should be. Because everyone knows drawing accurate hands to scale looks like shit. And everyone knows that, Christian.
Everyone knows that. Right. But Eric, we don't have to get to that. What I'm saying is, like, the reason why Impressionism was a thing is because the camera was invented and no one had any need to hire an artist to paint them a portrait.
To paint portraits, yeah.
Yeah. So artists and art getting paid and all that kind of shit has been around. This is the new frontier. It's gonna happen.
Now, my Twitter algorithm has gone to an interesting niche, Christian.
Okay.
Frauds claiming they worked on anime.
I mean, it's so easy to check. Why are they?
No one knows where they do it. It's confusing. Sadly, it's actually people who sometimes it's people who actually have done anime stuff, but they want the clout of doing One Piece or Bleach or like Dan or whatever, so they say they did it, and they just kind of ruin the whole shit.
What is this? I've never seen this lane, Eric.
Again, Christian, the algorithm's crazy.
My algorithm is...
There was one today where some guy was claiming that this animator asked for the money up front and then bailed, and he has credits. And apparently he's actually paying someone in Mexico and then using their work.
Eric, look at this shit. Look at all this shit people do when all they have to do is buy an AI and then they can lie all day long.
Watch out on Twitter, Christian, because if you ask anyone to do anything, it'll be an AI scam man. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Alright.
Just like
Watch
the
out.
NFTs, just like the Bitcoin, there's always a scams involved.
Yeah.
There's always that guy in Indonesia at his PC trying to get 100 USD off someone.
Yeah.
That's big money.
All right.
Anyway, questions, Christian. Don't worry about our. It's not a big deal.
Questions. A few questions, Eric. From Harvest Berry. Peak chapter. How does Christian feel now that one of the great artists to ever leave Iraqi called AI artists frauds and evil? He did not say that. He said, watch out for counterfeits.
Have you had this conversation with Harvest and Berry before? And he doesn't agree.
I'm not going to engage. I did. I said it, he basically agreed at the end that it's not an artistic moral argument. It's a who gets paid argument.
Right.
It's a financial argument. At the end of the day, Oda used AI art to do some promotional shit, but it's his robot. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's on his shit, like
trained a AI bot for Oda's art style that he sanctioned and he is using. So what is the moral conundrum? There is none. What is the moral conundrum?
Christian, I'm telling you, if I could train the AI to do all my cleanup and in-betweens.
No, peak,
Christian. It would save
you would actually
thousands
be able to choose
thousands of hours.
You would actually be able to
Make
achieve
something.
and produce something.
Right.
Alright? It opens up possibilities for small companies, small creators, small teams to actually make shit.
Right.
Right? But people don't understand how to use the tool. They think
I think professionals understand, but
yeah.
Of course that'll cut out. It would be even harder to get into the industry because there's no floor anymore. But you know,
Eric, it's a problem every industry's got to face once AI gets to a point. But it's a brave new world.
That's right. And I'm sure there'll be skill in using the tool, Christian. Because just like
Eric,
a hammer,
you cannot fake the aesthetic eye.
Christian, just like a hammer, you can hit the nail and it bends and you can't get it out of the wood.
Eric, it's like we say, Eric, you have to be cool to make something cool.
Well, whatever, but what I'm saying is there'll be skill in using the said tool. It's not just going to be like generate and then everything's going to be the same. It's obviously going to be differences in how you use it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, there's someone at the end of the screen discerning what is and isn't going to show up in the piece of media. So at the end of the day, people are choosing shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Is Lulu going to join the team, or is she just an info dump character? Will she join the team? I think she'll be a bargaining chip in this Howler confrontation.
Lulu's a strange character. Will she attach to Parker? Will she attach to Yasugi? She was looking for a father, Christian.
Will this be the character to soften Jordira's heart?
I don't know. We're getting a lot of characters that are like... do you think she's going to be a part of the crew or not?
No, I think she's going to be a bargaining chip.
Okay.
I think that's Jordira's intention. A little bit of hostage, a little bit of bargaining.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about Dio being confirmed by and a mystery gender? Eric, we knew this. Have you read part 6? That it is now officially confirmed that in the data book that Dio is a bisexual.
We knew this.
Eric, have you seen part 6?
They just laid on the bed together, Chris. Nothing sexual about it.
Nothing sexual. Eric,
he's a fruity man, Christian.
As I said, Eric, you could not... Eric, there is something inherently entertaining about the fruity villain.
Right.
You know what I mean? Eric, is Glory Days the worst gun stand? I have Emperor and 6 pistols above it.
6 pistols is just superior.
Emperor's just more firepower. It doesn't really do anything cool. You know what I mean? It's just Okay. But Glory Days, I'm not really understanding. Okay, they can go around corners and they're a little bit
Yeah,
more.
what's the utility?
They they lock on. I
Right, but
understand
like,
that. They could go. He can shoot it and he can walk away, and then like increase the speed, so he can set traps and shit.
it's all right.
It's all right, Stan.
It's a good
But
assassination tool.
nothing
Christian.
is beating Sex Pistols, Eric.
Busted.
Nothing is beating that gun tech. All right. The ricochet bullets, the soccer men kicking the bullets around.
Right.
The one that's always angry.
Bullying 3 or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's a great stand, Eric.
Right.
Eric from San Eto, 99 Wrench. Both of you rank the entire crew from favorite to least favorite. Why would you, Eric? The crew.
Okay.
We got Jodio, we got Paco, we got Dragona, we got Charming Man, and we got Yasugi, Eric.
Yasugi won.
Because he's a great wild card character, Eric.
Paco too.
You like Paco, Eric?
He's grown on me on this stand fight.
Okay.
Then we can go Jodio, Dragona, and what was the last one?
Charming. Eric.
Charming, because he's
You do not like his stand.
it's like he's just nothing.
He
Like,
just arrived.
he's
He
nothing.
literally just arrived.
I feel
Right.
like we got 3 vanilla characters.
Well, I think we're really starting to shape the characters.
Right.
Jodio's starting to shape. Yusugi, he's a fun character, and Parker's starting to take that leadership role.
Yeah, Paco's
Yeah.
starting to become that Bruno, that leading man.
That beefy man,
Right.
the powerhouse leader. You're starting to understand it. The characters are taking shape.
Dragona and Smiling is still nothing.
Dragona hasn't really done shit.
Right.
Alright, let's be honest. What Dragona needs to do something and have some character. Alright? She just kind of just stands there.
Right.
Alright? Give her something to do, Araki. She kind of like creeped out by Yusugi at the moment. That's basically it.
Right.
And those are the questions.
Shout
That's
out
the
to
show.
Billie Jean's square pants.
Eric, I assume there's supposed to be those weird safari pants
Yeah, that's what I should.
from like the 1850s
Right.
with like the weird like British safari men.
Right.
Yeah,
Is that all
So there you
Senator
go.
had to say?
that's all Senator had to say.
Okay.
Eric from Darkoplex, why don't you cover Arcane or Hunter x Hunter or more relevant shows than JoJo in the down weeks?
Well, I'd have to
Now,
catch up to Hunter x Hunter, which would be an
Eric
issue.
would kill himself if he had to review Hunter x Hunter chapters.
I probably could do it week to week and just meme, but I'd have to catch up, which is the issue.
Eric, Arcane Season 2. Is Arcane on your radar at all?
No.
Do you care?
No. And it kind of pisses me off that CG gets all this money.
They're pulling it off, man. They got 2D effects, alright? They give you the 2D effects. They're doing the Puss in Boots, DreamWorks.
I don't like how
shit.
the 3D artists pretend like it's the most difficult. Oh my god, bone crushing, soul crushing, death toll.
It is on a Marvel movie because you try to make shit.
No,
You try to do all those layers and shit.
sure. It is technically more difficult with the nodes and the mathematics and the physics and shit. But when your rig can be adjusted on the fly at any point and your keyframes can just be adjusted and you don't have to draw the character model every fucking frame. Alright? The animation part is easier.
Okay.
Everything surrounding it may be more technical, Christian.
More mathematical, more...
More technical.
Yeah. You can't fuck around as much. Because you're limited by... like a physical...
You could fuck around.
virtual...
Yeah.
Virtual
You,
cameras.
you have to bend shit to make
Shit cool.
shit cool, yeah.
Eric.
What's that?
There you go. That is the JoJo show. Next week we have One Piece chapter, and we're getting a few in a row, Eric. We're getting at least two in a row.
Couple. These last two.
We are entering December. So, maybe 3. Plus the weird chapter that leaks during Christmas, New Year that's not officially, you know.
So
So,
we got. Let me just pull up the calendar here.
we got December
Second.
7th?
Second. December 2nd. December 9th. On the books, we know that's happening.
Yeah.
Is 16th in play?
16th is in play if Oda does not go on break.
23rd, no chance.
No chance. Alright.
30th.
Now, it will leak because the magazine, for some reason, gets printed and just sits in the warehouse for 3 weeks.
30th, Christian.
No.
6th.
There's a 2-week break between Christmas, New Year's.
To the 6th.
Maybe.
Okay.
We'll see what happens there.
That's fine.
The 6th will probably be the official chapter,
Right.
but it would have leaked 2 weeks ago. So,
You're right.
yeah.
Well,
You understand how it works.
we'll see if the One Piece chapter. Shanks
See
is
you
the
next
strongest.
week.
Shanks is the God King.
Good night.